Yo, what's up guys? It's Neon Blitz here, back with another Gekishin Squadra video, and today we actually have some news because they just officially announced the Squadra Talk Season 2 is going to happen November 14th at 10 p.m. EST, both on the YouTube and on their Twitter. Squadra Talk Season 2 premieres on Friday, November 14th at 7 p.m. PST with the latest info of Season 2, plus the serial code for P2 capsules will be revealed during the show. If you're confused what P2 capsules are, it's the pink capsule. The ones that you can get recolors and very rarely get like the premium cool MVPs, win screens, intros, all of that stuff. Right? Of course, shout out to Stray McCole for the music. He does great work. So let's get into what could actually be announced here. Now, if you compare the Season 1 Squadra Talk, there's actually a fairly good amount announced, especially for a season that started super close to the launch of the game. So at first, they kind of give us the timeline of a season, of what the seasons are going to look like, and which I doubt they'll we talk about that for Season 2 because we're already in it. But yeah, so you can see they say new heroes, new skins, new emotes, and then they say that on season updates your role rank will be reset, your player rank will be reset, there will be sub rule changes, and of course character adjustments. Now we've kind of seen them walk back on some of this. At first they said, oh yeah, only the new season's gonna have character adjustments. But then they put out this developer letter on the 10th talking about how, in response to a request in the meta, they'll be increasing the frequency of balance adjustments within the season. Of course, none of these have been that big. This is the first one that they did, which is the buff to Boo and the buff to, or the nerf to Goku, which the nerf to Goku was nothing. Still probably the best character in the game, but the buffs to Boos are actually pretty good, right? Then they did the second one on the 29th with the buff to Zamasu. I don't know if it was enough. I need to play him, actually feel him out, but I feel like I've seen him a bit more now, but I don't know if it's still better than Cooler, Caulifla, or all that level. Then the buffs to Gammas, it's actually a fairly amount, and they seem to do a lot more damage now. I don't know if they're better or not, but there was a buff to buffs. And if you look at the Season 1 patch notes, that's when they buffed Frieza and made him do ridiculous damage. They did the slight buff to Piccolo, and then the buff to Goku. Now I expect the Season 2 patch notes to be way more significant than this. I mean, this was still just only a couple weeks after the launch of the game. I expect now that we're like 2 months out from the launch, we're going to be getting a lot more buffs and nerfs. What do I think they could buff or nerf? I think we could be seeing another nerf to Goku, probably nerf to Cooler, probably nerf to Caulifla, probably nerfs to KO. I mean, hell, you see me doing my rank grind to S with KO, and the amount of damage she can do is disgusting. But on top of nerfs, they also probably buff characters. They might buff, Deborah, Bojack, who's commonly seen as the worst character in the game, maybe buff Baby, maybe buff Cell, and who knows what else they could do. They could also maybe potentially nerf the Divine combo cards, right? I could see him nerfing Snowball. I could see him nerfing Solid Barrier. Maybe even the Limit Breaking, Vanish Step. I could see him buffing some of them, like the gods, the Giant Slayer and Prepare to Die, the Rush Attack, Energizers. Maybe Guardian Angel, Steel Skin. Right, maybe some of these other ones, like the Great Ape one. Which I think that's the boss killer one. It's just now updated here. Maybe Mirage. I can see him buffing and nerfing some of these divine draws. I mean, this is from Project Multi, so this is old. But I can see them buffing and nerfing some of these, considering stuff like Solid Barrier is so game-defining that you will win 20 to who knows how many more percentage of games just by taking it. And if your whole team does not... If you're fighting a team that does not take Solid Barrier, they will lose. I've had teams like that grinding to S, and I just pop them with KO, and there's nothing they can do about it. They have to take Solid Barrier. That is how strong this card is, and it probably needs to be nerfed. So, besides that, then we actually get the actual Season 1 trailer where they show us, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, Toppo, and Gotenks. So they announced all 3 of the new characters right away. So we will know the next 3 characters coming out for Season 2 of Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra, and the next character that will be playable in the official Squadra Tournament Squadra Blast. Because if we scroll down here, it says the characters heroes available from the start of Season 2. So whatever the first character reveal or available in Season 2 will be playable here in the Squadra Blast. On top of new characters, they also show us new skins, new emotes. You can see a bunch of you. That's the Legendary Goku intro. That's the Vegeta skin and the finisher. That's the Zamasu intro. Right, we have a bunch of the legendary intros for the new characters. Here's the legendary intro for Boo. We get the Heat Dome. We get the special intro for the Gamma, or the legendary intro for the Gammas. We get the finisher for Trunks, and we get a more comprehensive list. We see, you know, their characters, some new skins in the shop like the Torngi, Goku, the kind of Saiyan armor Vegeta, 17, 18 traditional armor. Then we see actually the 2 battle pass skins of the Cell recolor and the Hit recolor, as well as some other finishers. Some of this stuff was available in the Open Network test and Project Multi, like this skin of 18 has been available since Project Multi. This Frieza intro, I believe, was available in the Open Network test. So we'll probably see a lot of repeats like that. Like a good example will be, where is it? As these skins right here. There's a low, it's kind of like a Goku and like a Hawaiian shirt. Then we have Batman Vegeta. There's stuff like Driving Piccolo. There's a bunch of new or more skins in Project Multi and Open Network test that are still not in the game. So I expect we're going to see some of them here during the Season 2 broadcast. Then here they just talk about more of the characters and skins and emotes. And here they actually announced the new sub-rule Veggie Battle. Now I know a lot of people probably don't care about sub-rules. I mean, people are there for Gekishin Squadra. They're there for the standard or quick play mode, not for the sub-rule. I think they're fun. They're a nice little side piece to just maybe play every now and then if you get super tilted or just looking for something different. Are they going to introduce something new, like a brand new sub-rule, or are they going to bring an old one back? If you aren't familiar, this is Finders Keepers. Shout out to Jupiter for the footage that I could find online. It's kind of like a search and destroy mode. Basically, there's one team that's attacking, which is Jupiter right now. And you have 5 minutes to go onto this map. You're gonna try to find essentially like, yeah, these treasure chests. And you need to basically obtain all of them to win. And the other team's defending, they have to stop you. And the defending team has vision of like a majority of the map, while the attacking team has to look for it. It was decently fun. You know, I only played a couple times, but it's decently fun. So I'm wondering if they're going to introduce that mode here, or if we're going to see a brand new sub-rule. Because Veggie Battle was a brand new sub-rule. So I don't know if they're going to introduce some new one, or if they're going to do Finders Keepers, or whatever they plan to do. With that, then they talk about the Squadra Creator Program. I don't know if they'll talk about it again. What I think will be replacing this will be them talking about the Squadra Blast. I know they already gave a full dedicated video to it and its own day to talk about it. But I feel like they might mention it here, be like, hey, guys, make sure to sign up for the Squadra Blast tournament. If you do and you participate, you get 250 Dragon Gems. If you guys want to know more about this, I'll link a video that I made in the description, or you can just go check my channel. Just talking about this. It's a fun, cool tournament, official tournament they're doing, and as long as you do the 3 matches, you would get 250 Dragon Gems, which is enough for a brand new character. Speaking of brand new characters, of course, I'll give my predictions right now of who I think the brand new 3 characters are going to be. So I think for this season, you know, we had Super Saiyan 3 Goku kind of headlining the whole season. Then we had Super Saiyan Gotenks kind of in the middle. And then God of Destruction Toba, who ended the season. I do think this game will have a hard time introducing less hype characters, especially if they end a season. Because honestly, it feels like after Gotenks, like a week after Gotenks drop, or maybe a week and a half, the games feel kind of dry, and I don't think Topo really helped. A lot of people were just not excited for Topo, myself included. And after Topo, we maybe got the Gamma buffs and the Zamasu buff, and that was pretty much it. We got the Hercule Zenny, which is like, okay, cool, just do some missions, get free Zenny, cool. I just think they needed to... I think they should have swapped Topo and Gotenks. I think Super Saiyan 3 Goku should have, you know, obviously headlined the season. You need the hype character to headline the season. Then maybe the least hype character of the bunch in the middle, and then the middle hype character at the end to accelerate, to keep the hype momentum. Obviously, I think this is fine, especially considering there was 2 damage dealers and a technical. I think separating like this is fine. But I think it's just something for them to consider in the future. As for my predictions, I'm hoping Goku Black headlines the season. Goku Black's my most wanted character. I mean, hell, you can even see if you check out my channel. I guess I'll also link in the description of my most wanted character season 2. It's my most watched video, which is surprising me. Thank you guys so much for that. It just got to like 100 views. Thank you guys so much for that. Right. I think it'll be Goku Black. Then I think we'll get a new tank in Jiren. I can see them slowly started trying to build like a Universe 11 team. You know, we have like a full Android team with 18, the Gamma, 17, and Cell. We are going to slowly get a full Universe 6 team with, we already have Caulifla, we already have KO, we already have Fit as technical, right? We just did some one more damage to it, which will be Kefla. I can see him trying to give us a Universe 11 team with Topo as one of the damage dealers, Jiren as the tank, and then Dispo as the technical. I don't know who the last damage dealer would be, if it would be a Castro or Croquette. I'm not too sure, but I can see him doing that. Then for the character to end the season, I honestly don't know. I'm just going to say Tiana Chaozu is technical. I feel like that's like a character that should be in the game. Chaozu could be like a stunner. I don't think it would be a tag character like the Gammas. I just think they'll be like working together in their kit. Kind of like Daima Goku, but a lot more interactive. I don't know. That's what I personally am predicting for this. And yeah. So now, well, another thing that I also think they could talk about are some new divine draws. We have not seen these updated since Season 0. Season 1 didn't introduce anyone new. And we've seen, and I think Season 0 introduced the Sparkly Hammer from the Open Network test, or comparison to the Open Network test, maybe Steam Buns or the Bushes. Excuse me, I'm not too sure. Considering the Open Network test introduced this whole system. So, what do I think they could announce? I don't know. Do I think they will get rid of Golden Cell Juniors? No. I don't think they would ever remove any of them, especially not right away. I think we would have to be a couple seasons in and a lot more divine draws in for them to start kind of rotating them out. I know that one of the biggest complaints of the game are AX Golden Cell Juniors. I can see them maybe changing how they work. So, I don't know, let's just say every 30 seconds, one side in the lane spawns Golden Cell Junior. It's no longer RNG. It's just 30 seconds, just one spawns towards your god of destruction, one spawns towards the enemy god of destruction. And it's a scramble of, okay, do you guarantee yours or do you try to steal theirs and all of that? Or do you try to push a fight early so you think you get both? Because I think the issue a lot of people have with Golden Cell Juniors is just the RNG aspect of it. It's already so crushing to not get it, considering the XP or gains you get from it, and depending on how many an enemy gets, they'll just be too far ahead and will just absolutely stomp the game. But I think the bigger issue is just the RNG, because there could be times where you dominate a lane, but you never get a Golden Cell Junior to spawn in your lane. Versus you could get dominated, and then as soon as you get it, you both die, you and your lane partner, then the Golden Cell Juniors to spawn, and you're just like, come on, man, like, what are we doing? So I can see them introducing some new divine draws. I have no idea what they could do. The only one that I can think of, or some of the only ones I can think of, are they could be really lazy and do like skill 2 does increase damage, skill 3 does increase damage. I know I have the crazy idea of a Great Ape being a divine draw, which I kind of hope they don't. If you don't know what I'm talking about, good. It was, I don't want to get into that. I think a neat one could be so we have Superstar that lets you fully upgrade an ability. I think an interesting one could be letting you start out with your ultimate ability at like level 1, which will completely break some characters. Cause like, imagine dealing with an ulting KO level 3, like very first fight. That sounds insane. Versus something like Super Saiyan Goku, you just don't do anything with it because you're not gonna land your Spirit Bomb. The only thing that'll kind of land is securing the Kai, which sure, that's actually pretty helpful. I just don't see it versus like an ulting KO. I don't know if they would also do some map changes. I doubt it. I think it's too early for that. And even then, I think Pokemon Unite barely had map changes. I know they've like rotated bosses out. So I think Zapdos, which is the game's equivalent to Great Ape, that kind of spawns similar where Jock and Ribrianne spawn. Maybe that could change it for like, I think it would change for Rayquaza in Unite. Maybe they can make it, I don't know, they can make it like Cell Max. That's like a boss. Like, what if instead of like Jock, you killed Cell Max or like Dr. Hedo or something? I don't know. I think with that, we've covered everything I kind of wanted to talk about. And yeah, when they give out the serial code for the P2 capsules, you're just gonna go here to the Gekishin Squadra website. You're just gonna enter the serial code. You have to link your Bandai Namco account to your game, which I think you should already have done in the past at this point. If you've been playing since Season 0, Season 1, I mean, you had to do that to get the Twitch Shop Goku skin. That's how you got the first serial code. So, just make sure you guys do it. It has a guide here to help you. It's pretty easy. It's just free rewards. Now, it does not give you the capsules right away. I know for Season 1 we had to wait a bit, so I expect that the same for Season 2. Yeah, this head drops tomorrow or tonight at 10 p.m. I'm excited. You know, I'm excited to see the future of the game, and I'm hoping they address a lot of the complaints that players have, because a lot of them are very valid. And one thing I will say that I've mentioned, I do expect them to talk about this at the bottom here, the newly introduced characters being like paid walled for the whole season, because I know that's a big complaint that people have had, even myself. That okay, finally I've waited 2 months, and now I can finally have Super Saiyan 3 Goku after being destroyed by him the whole season. I fully expect for them to talk about that, considering I think that's one of the biggest changes that are heated discussion points or hot topics, whatever you want to call it, that people have had with Season 1. I can see them maybe like keeping them limited to the store for a bit. Like, I can see him doing, okay, Super Saiyan 3 Goku comes out, he's store exclusive. Once Gotenks comes out, then Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku would be in the Star Collection. And who knows how they're actually going to handle that, right? So there's a lot of information we need in this Squadra talk. Yeah, so then when Super Saiyan Gotenks drop, you can get Goku. When Topo drops, you can get Gotenks. And then when Season 2 starts, you can get Topo. I think that'll be a much healthier way to do it. So that means Super Saiyan 3 Goku be store exclusive for like 2-3-ish weeks. A lot better than 2 months. That's one of the changes I hope they talk about and they actually implement. I'm excited for this. You know, I'm hoping Goku Black. That's my #1 most wanted character. I hope Goku Black is in the game. With that being said, I don't think there's much else to really talk about, so thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked the video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. It would mean a lot to me, but we're going to go crazy with Season 2 content on Gekishin Squadra, especially if it's Goku Black. Now, you better believe it. Goku Black's in the game, I'm dropping like a whole month worth of videos of just Goku Black. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!